Good morning, gamers. It is a beautiful day in the LOFT project, the largest online fantasy tabletop ever. I've got some incredible news. I've been working on exactly which DMs are going to start taking overflow after I'm full, and so there are more seats available today as I make these broadcasts than there were yesterday, because there's more DMs. So that's a good thing. Alright, today we are going to talk about the Thief. And today we finish up the 4 basic classes that you can find for free down below in the doodly-doo with Old School Essentials free basic rules. The Cleric, the Fighter, the Magic User, and the Thief. So tomorrow we will start adding classes from other sources. Like, for example, you can predict where this is going to go. We're going to go into the Advanced Old School Essentials rules. And after those classes, we'll go into stuff beyond that. There will be plenty of character types, but one at a time, one per day. So here we go. Here's the Thief. And it's pretty straightforward. Before they were called Rogues, that started in the 3rd edition of our favorite game. Before they were called Rogues, they were called Thieves. You can still call them Rogues, you know, in Middle-earth. For Lord of the Rings, they call them Burglars. So it's all, you know, burglar, rogue, thief. It's all just a, what's in a name, right? In fact, back in the day, there were people who made sure that the DM understood that, yes, they had the thief class because they had that skill set for the purposes of adventuring, because adventuring groups need that skill set, but they were not thieves because they didn't want to get caught up in the legality. They didn't want to get caught up in going to jail. They didn't want to be known as a thief. So they didn't want to belong to a thieves guild, stuff like that. And colloquially, both at the gaming table and then it got carried over to in-universe in the story, rogues or thieves who wanted to have that skill set as an adventurer, but not necessarily, participate in the thieving lifestyle, they were called troubleshooters. And that was a little bit more acceptable socially. Kind of like in real life, we have white hat hackers, or we have security experts, who used to be people who broke into places, and now they're using their skills for the light side of the force. They're security experts. So the same thing happens in the worlds of our favorite game. But I mean, if you want to go out and be a thief, that's what the majority of them do in the world. And that's why there's thieves guilds, and thieves guilds can be very, very popular. Maybe one day your thief would be the guild master of a thieves guild. We're going to talk about that in our next video today about, characters' futures and stuff like that. So, and in fact, now it'll be a future video because it's another character class technically. But in the world that we're using for the LOFT project, there is a country called Thaiatis, the Thaitian Empire. And in Thaiatis, there is a cultural fascination with swashbuckler-type heroes. And so there is a version of the thief in Thaiatis called the Rake. Because in Thaiatis, they're very, very hard on thieving legally. Because Thaiatis is a knockoff on the Roman Empire, and thieves tend to not do well there if they're caught. So but by the same token, the Thaitians have this romantic attachment to swashbuckling stories of daring do, and so a lot of thieves there can get by I'm not a thief, I'm a rake, and as long as they don't get caught doing anything contradictory to that, then they're cool. In fact, they're very cool. Like it's a famous rake. But we'll talk about the rake. Will get to rakes will get their own videos. Today we're talking about the thief. Just kind of a little bit of a relation there. So thieves are what we kind of expect. There's not. Mechanics. Okay, so in Old School Essentials, either the basic book that's free down below in the doodly-doo as a PDF, or in the advanced book, there's a percentile system for thieves' skills. In Carcass Crawler number 1, and Carcass Crawler is Old School Essentials official zine, there's an alternative D6 system for thieves' skills. It is cool. I highly recommend it. We have thieves that are using it at our tables now. But it's not going to break the game if you don't have it, or if for some reason you prefer the percentile system. There's enough room in the Loft project for thieves that use both. I recommend the D6 one, but let's say that you just want to start with like the free PDF that's down in the doodly doo, and you want to be a thief or a rogue, troubleshooter, rake, what have you. You can use the percentile system. Not a problem. If you do invest in Carcass Crawler, issue number 1, or get somebody to send you a PDF of it or whatever, or at least a PDF of the page. Somebody was talking yesterday in one of our free session zeros about, and if you want a free session zero, just ask. Go down to the Discord link below in the doodly-doo and say, hey, Johnny, you're free. The time will come when I am not free for spontaneous free session zeros, but we're not there yet. Like, I'm still approachable. I'm still, it is still fairly easy to get a hold of some of my time. So, later on we'll have DMs specifically for outreach. We'll have DMs specifically for onboarding because we're just going to have to. So as my time becomes less accessible, the idea as we grow and expand, we'll have other DMs. So there will be somebody to roll out the welcome mat for you and somebody to help you get a character. That's the idea. So, even if it's not me personally. So so there was a guy mentioning about how Carcass Crawler articles tend to be like one page, or, not just Carcass Crawler articles, but even in Old School Essentials, in the basic and advanced book, a whole entire subject is like one page if possible, maybe 2 pages. And it's really, it reminds me of what Ben from Questing Beast says with the Questing Beast YouTube channel. He says, and he put up, at the time he put up that he said this, he put up on the screen for visuals a copy of the Red, player and DM book from the original Red box set. He said, there was a time the rules were written in the 80s for a bright 10-year-old to learn how to DM. And there were, bright 10-year-olds that DM'd. I was 11, but, so I was 10-ish, I guess. But yeah, so it's, so a lot of the concepts here, for Old School Essentials, each concept is very, very simple. So, if you just, learn the concepts that you need to play the way you want to play, you're good to go. And so many of us, want to reach out and help you build this thing even bigger. So check us out down below. We've got our social media and our Discord. Reach out and say hi. We filled up 3 seats. We filled up 3 seats yesterday. We did there's a table that's full now. There's no room on Wednesday nights anymore, at least with me. Now, as we add more DMs, Wednesday nights will open up again because there'll be other DMs with other tables running in the same universe and connected stuff. So we're supposed to be talking about the thief, so I'm not going to talk about the connected table thing that happened yesterday. We'll get that into its own video. But so much. Okay. All right. So anyway, I think I got the thief covered. Thief is pretty much what you'd expect. Tomorrow we will go into classes beyond just the basic 4. So in the meantime, I will see you around the gaming table.